Hello, welcome back. Continuing where I left off yesterday, which was just clearing the locked doors. Before I do that though, I'm gonna go and try and grind the like 1 starseed that I need to collect. Because I think I only need 5 total. Actually no, I'm not going to. I literally just said I was going to, but I'm not going to because it seems like a lot of these areas to explore contain the enemy that has a chance to drop it. So I'm gonna hope that I can get it that way. But I'm actually gonna do... since I'm exploring everything, I should probably do this now instead of later. But it's gonna be just as dull as yesterday until I get to exploring the next floor. So what I'll talk about now is something. I'll just think of something else unrelated to talk about. What's a fun topic? Ooh, it's a different one. Cool. That being a different one is actually really interesting. I need to remember that pressing L for our left bumper is faster. Yeah, so the one on the right is not that. Interesting. So I need to mark this. The biggest pain is that drawing all these components is incredibly annoying. Because it's just not smooth. Like, without a stylus system, it's not smooth to draw the map. But it is what it is. But what can I talk about? I could talk about, I don't know, animal facts that I've heard from like trustworthy sources, like how apparently woodpeckers have a tongue that's like incredibly long and is wrapped around their brain to act as like cushioning so that they don't, so that their brain doesn't just rattle around inside, which is an interesting fact. Like it makes sense because like they would have to have some sort of adaptation to not concuss themselves constantly. But it's interesting that that adaptation is just a really long tongue that wraps around their brain. Well, not necessarily their brain directly, but like goes around the inside of their skull. It's kind of wild. Large chest. Medica 4. That has to be like 500 health at least, right? What? Let's see what a Medica 4 heals for. Medica 4 heals for 350. I should really look this way in case there's a shortcut. Because there's always a chance that there's a random shortcut. Okay, I'm gonna say there is not a shortcut. It doesn't help that these are still base enemies. They're not giving me the more, like the later floors enemies for some reason. Oh, that's the end. Though there might be a secret passage that gets unlocked from below. Which I really hope there isn't, because although if there was, it would probably be the late game zone enemy area, which would help a lot in keeping it kind of interesting. Because just fighting these guys is not interesting at all. So maybe this area on the bottom half of this map is reliant on the door on the floor above. Maybe that has a staircase down to that area. There has to be some sort of shortcut here, right? Like... There isn't. Ugh. But it is what it is. Animal facts. Animal facts. The only one that comes to mind over and over again is pangolins not being especially closely related to anteaters and being more closely related to canines. That's the only fact I can keep in my head. Any other facts that I've learned? I mean, it's fun that rats and rodents and stuff, I think their teeth grow forever, so they have to chew stuff, otherwise their teeth grow too long. It's a fun fact. I think rats can't hold their bladder, so they just sort of leak everywhere they go. That may not be rats, but they just leave a trail of urine everywhere, which is interesting in a gross way. I'm not sure if it's rats. I'm not 100% confident. But there are some pet animals that do that, and it's pretty gross. But ferrets are also really gross pets, because they're prone to, like, male ferrets, or all ferrets, have like musk that they release that apparently smells abysmal. I didn't even open the chest. Oh well, that's for later. I unlocked the chest and then just left it there, which is pretty funny. Okay, it's doing perimeter. Oh, please be another elephant. I have to save because it might not be another elephant. And the elephant actually could murder my entire team. What are these called? Armoth. I think it's in my best interest to start with a cleaver. I'm not going to immunize. And, ooh, they are neutral to all of those, so any element is acceptable. So let's go with Blaze for now. No, but he got buffed, so he can attack. This guy is dangerous. I think the best thing would be to apply these to Nelt and have her attack would be the most beneficial. Yeah, have her attack, and then Peace Ballad to just have guaranteed not run out of TP if the battle draws on. So I can just attack with everyone, because I'm not going to use Bravery, because that takes up slots, and I don't really need to. And I can just attack, and it will be fine. As long as he single targets and doesn't buff his own attack, it won't be dangerous at all. That guy was kind of weak. Okay, and this is going to be the end? Yes. And this is going to go all the way with a bunch of these along the way. I meant to heal before this because it only cost 3 TP, but it doesn't really matter because none of the enemies are dangerous. But yeah, there's doors all along here. It's just a grid. It's just a big grid of squares. There must be something in the center, right? Oh, this time I'm actually going to heal. This might not be a mammoth, because the mammoths... Okay, it did attack me. The mammoth previously didn't seem to react. It's interesting. One Apollon. And then a Peace Ballad. The Peace Ballad's mostly just to keep the Troubadour at full TP, actually. Because he's chewing through TP by buffing people with these. Like, each cast of one of these is 15 TP. Which is not cheap. And now everyone just attacks. And he's dead this turn, that's fine. It's still a major net loss of TP. I should consider applying Peace Ballad first, instead of leaving it. Like, I don't actually... At least these are interesting-ish enemies. Like, it helps that these are not the most trivial enemy in the game, but it's still not interesting. I'm gonna Peace Ballad first this time, get some more turns of TP regen, so that Greg can hopefully get back towards being full power. You know what, I think this time I'm gonna be a little less aggressive and stop there for buffing. I kind of just want to see if I can disable him. He just buffed his attack. He might hurt me soon. So I'm gonna probably have to heal after this. So I got the double hit, which helped a lot. I can probably kill him. It's risky. Good. Because if he did his AoE, I would have died if I hadn't. If I didn't kill him first, I would have died. But I don't, it's more efficient TP-wise. I also still have a net loss on my Troubadour's TP. Because even without buffing everybody, they still do too much damage to have enough time to regen. These Firebirds are so weird. Like, they have less than 140 HP. And they die so quickly. Like, they don't feel like enemies that I should have only encountered on the 8th floor for the first time. Okay, what's their HP? Yeah, they have 135 HP, and they're super weak to everything. Like, they don't resist anything, except for... Okay, I guess they resist fire and lightning, but that's not relevant. Like, they're weak to piercing attacks, and they're neutral to everything but fire and lightning. Like, that's... It's such a weak enemy to only show up now. Like, honestly, it's weaker than the slimes. No? I mean, yeah, that's fine. I think this time I might try being a little bit less aggressive with my Troubadour, give him more time to regen, and just have other people consume TP instead. Instead of just using normal attacks, like using Apollon or Apollon, and working with that instead. And if I need to heal, then I heal. So that I can get some regen on. I still don't know if they can be bound. I mean, they resist binding, so it's probably not worth trying to bind them. Just taking the time to let TP regen. Okay, he buffed, so now he's going to do his AoE attack, so I need to actually be careful now. It'll only be 2 more turns, so I can heal a little preemptively, and I think it will be fine. Yeah, I think Salve 1 will be enough. It's going to be 2 more turns though, so if he AoEs, I might die. Okay, if he attacks first, this might go poorly. Okay, yeah, fine. I think that was a net gain of TP. Yes, not much, but it was a net gain for him. Everyone else hemorrhaged TP, but I don't think I really need to walk into every square here. I think that's a waste of time. I still need to check every square, but not each individual space in each square. Though I say that and then I do it anyway. I'm about to fight another enemy. It's such a weird pacing to have this, like, super safe place to explore. I do recognize that I actually got here later than I could have. Like, I could have gotten here sooner. Because it's 6th floor? 7th floor was what got me access here, instead of... Like, I could have definitely done this before I spent 5 days on the 8th floor, I say again, as I repeat repeatedly. But, like... I guess it's a question of the assassins... The assassin has too much of a chance to just kill you because his poison ticks for over 100, which would two-shot anyone. Which made him seem much more threatening than it really was. Like, if you roleplay this game, which is kind of odd, but if you've 100% just roleplayed how you would explore and played it safe, this part of the exploration is dull. Okay, I'm just gonna go through every square. I know I said I wasn't going to, but at this point I'm mostly done it, so... I mean, every feather from these guys is useful. Because I think it's the only thing so far that drops them. Okay, I need to go all the way down and sell, like, horns. An elastic horn. I'm not going to worry too much. I was going to say I'm not going to worry too much about drawing all the doors, but I think it's... I don't know if this game has some actual tracking of completion of maps or not. Like, if it's like, oh, you didn't draw every single door and every single line, and it would complain, then I would regret not just drawing this now. I'm just going to do all this drawing really quick. It's so fun. It would be way less annoying if this was on the original, like the original DS version, where it would just be actually drawing, would be so much better. And, like, I've gotten used to this weird drawing style, mostly, but it's still really slow compared to what it would be drawing by hand with a stylus. Oops. And erasing is so much easier with a stylus, because then you just click, oh hey, click the erase it, and then click back. Okay, that's all the lines drawn. I still have lines to draw here. Because having played a bit of the 4th game, it is a lot easier to draw it with a stylus. One thing that helps this game, though, is so far there hasn't been water that needs to be drawn. Because, like, having water tiles that you want to draw a different color makes it much more... would be more involved if I had to draw them here. Which actually brings my... I think the default tiles in that might be green instead of blue, but I haven't been playing it. I played it a little last week, but I haven't been playing it because I'd actually rather not get used to later game quality of life and convenience measures and balance differences, so instead of getting used to that, I'm gonna just stick with 1, 2, 3 before I even think of playing that much more. Okay, that's a lot of doors. Now it's time to go downstairs, because there was stuff that I hadn't explored down there. And then, hopefully while doing this exploration, they will let me locate the one remaining starseed I need. Because if I could get this starseed, it would make my life so much easier, because it would be a lot easier to sell all my stuff when I don't have to worry about saving 4 items. So I have a very small area that I need to clear. Also, I need to check if there's a path along this wall, because there very well might be. And while I don't really need it, I'd rather not miss that type of path. I'm going to do this very slow. Instead of holding B, I'm just tapping it. I'm not pressing B at all, and I'm only tapping the bumper. Please, give me the starseed. Ugh. 2 more levels, I'm not worried about them yet. I would actually be surprised, yeah. I would have been surprised if there was a shortcut through there. Starseed, please. Lightwood again. Frustration. I'm gonna move along here carefully in case there's another pathway here. Because there absolutely could be. My assumption is there isn't, but I wouldn't put it past them. Yeah, that poison's dangerous. Steel lump and sticky goo. Yeah, nothing. There could be something in the corner here. It's also totally possible that this wall here might have a path, but there isn't, which is better. This is where I messed up spot. Where am I? I'm in the top corner. Shoot! I can't go back this way. It's a one-way path, I forgot. Which means that continuing down was a waste of time. I'm gonna double check that it was a one-way path, but... Okay, if it is indeed a one-way path, my only hope would be that there is some sort of shortcut straight down from here to let me get to that area, but I doubt there is. I actually have no faith that there would be anything convenient like that. I still need insect eyes. I don't know where I'm supposed to get those. They might be take type stuff. Yeah, no path. I guess I'm just gonna waste an Ariadne thread. This is the 5th floor that I need to explore later. Ariadne thread. I don't even need to rest, but I will. That's a lot of money, like... I guess maybe that's the purpose of those rooms, like you can fight a bunch of the elephants and get a ton of money. Battle axe, longbow, oak jacket. Should be armor. For everyone but the protectors. Ooh, TP plus 8's pretty good. She's keeping the hauberk, because I think this speed is useful. TP's more beneficial on him. But losing the Agi... Ugh. I don't want to lose 3 Agi. Him going first is worth a lot more. Yeah, I don't think... Hey... Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. it might technically be worth it, but I personally do not believe it is. Shoot, I dropped a lightwood specifically because I didn't want it, but I need one more. 58's pretty good. A longbow is an upgrade. 9 more damage. No good accessories, yeah. Honestly, there's no reason not to replace the ocarina, or ocarina. I also could probably replace this other thing, but I'm not going to. No, I meant this. Honestly? Yes, this is just... Stone art is just defense increase. I'm never going to use this. Slightly increases... I mean, it's a base tier, I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to use it. Medica 3s I might use. Nectars I will probably use. Amrita. Let's sell 2 of these. Because I don't want to carry them. Oh! Sell 3 of them. I only wanted to keep 2. Medica 2s, probably worth keeping still. No, they're not worth keeping. Like an Amrita for 15 TP. I guess I'd be using an item and then using a heal, but I'm not going to use these. Theriacas have use cases. I need to buy another Ariadne though. I should consider buying some of these right now. I still need to fight those enemies, but most of the things I run into I don't actually need to fight. I have no reason to fight them, so it will save me time in this bit of boring exploration. Okay, so now I need to go make my way back up from here to get through there to make sure that I didn't miss anything. So, it's just straight upstairs. Yeah, because there's nothing here. Okay, I am in the center, so I need to go down and around. This is a pain. Ooh, but I bought ward chimes for this, so that hopefully I can get more exploration done without constantly being interrupted. Oops, I made the mistake. I need to use the shortcut. There's a nice little bell in the top corner, indicating that the ward chime is still in effect. I have level ups I can put into multiple people. Nope, not there. Not here either, I have to go up. So I have to go up. Bell is gone. Okay, I can't do that. Bunch of moles. I really don't get why there's moles on this level. Like, it's such a weird enemy to have included. Okay, all the way down I have a door to go through. And I don't know... I'm checking this first so I don't forget. Oh, I went too far. Oh, let's do this. This is not a door. That's nice. Okay. Nice and quick. Okay, so I can be done here, and then I'll go back down. Nice, done. Ooh, 2 treasure chests. That's more than I expected. I honestly expected at most 1. And potentially 0. Oh, I still have a treasure chest that I need to grab from one of the other floors. I'll grab it separately on it. Not now. I'll grab it between now and next time. Bravant 2. Is this gonna be a stone art 2? Nope, a nectar 2. Presumably just a better heal. Actually, it almost might be... No, it's all the way up to the second floor that I would need to go, and it's not connected, so there's no point in going through this path on the right. But I mean, progress, you know? Oh, now I have to find my way to the staircase again. Okay. Okay. Nice and easy. Over leveled. Actually, this time. I don't have the word chime going anymore. I'm gonna re-engage word chime. Wrong button. Yeah, I kind of just intend to use all three of these while I'm here. Because I need to get to the 8th floor and explore around the dragon's nest. Wyvern's nest. But progress is being made. Let's do a quick save actually, so I don't forget. You never want to forget to save. I could fight all these foes. I don't think it's worthwhile or necessary. The only enemy that I want to fight is the man-eaters, because the man-eaters give me the one item. Well, actually, I need both of their drops. I need a stick or light wood, and a starseed is all that I need. So I've already explored this area. I don't think there's anything I missed, so I can just leave. Damage, damage, damage. But I think that's one issue with these games. It's kind of, when you're over leveled, it's incredibly dull. Okay, the door up here may be what I'm looking for. I don't think it is. Yeah, it's a different color. This is locked, and I'm not gonna be able to open it. So I need to go look around the wyvern themselves. Or the wyvern itself. Because there is a shortcut there, but I think I need to sneak around him and not die. Oh, Nelt anticipated their move. So that was the skill proccing to avoid the ambush. Which is very positive that I've finally seen proof that it's useful. Okay, so I need it to turn so that its back is to me, because it has proper 180-degree field of view, I believe. I think I need to stare at the wall and hope that I can find the correct point in the wall that I assume exists. Here. As you stand marveling at the jungle trees, you spot a narrow road between their trunks. Continue down the narrow road. Can I go back? I'm thinking there might be another one. Because this is definitely... Well, actually, this could technically be the one that connects to the staircase. It's just there's a lot missing. I'm gonna go for another loop, checking the walls as I go. In case there's another door on the other side. This is definitely something the later games did better. Not specifically. Yep, I figured there'd be one on the exact same spot on the other side. Can I go back? Yes, so it is a two-way path. Okay, I think this one is where I'm going to explore first. None of the enemy that I want, but it's fun to explore. So this area is at least kind of interesting, because I haven't fought these enemies already for several hours. Well, I technically have fought these enemies for several hours already, because they are the exact type of enemy that I basically AFK'd and fought for an hour and a half, but... So. Staircase discovered. Let's hope that Let's hope that Mr. Dragon lets me... Oh, Wyvern. Gives me a good path. These... Scorpions are not that dangerous either. Okay, I can go through. Okay. There's a chance both of these are staircases, which would be pretty interesting. Having two staircases would be pretty fun. Okay, that was pretty quick. Yep. Two staircases. I'm sort of thinking there might be another... There should be another shortcut to get back to these stairs more readily. But also, I actually don't have any faith that there is. Yeah. No nice shortcuts. I'll have to go past the Wyvern every time. Bad RNG on that. Well, bad RNG. If I just targeted them, it would have been fine, but... Okay, I'm gonna explore this one first. Please, ugh. I still am not getting the one enemy that I need to get the seeds from. John, if I don't get it today, I'm just gonna grind it. Like, an auto walk path in the correct area and just do that. So, staircase. That's an interesting position for the staircase to be in. Like right at the top. And exiting upwards. It also doesn't really line up. Oh, it does actually. I thought I was further to the right than I was. But I had tunnel visioned in on the Wyvern being at the center, but it actually isn't at the center. Ooh, a more dangerous version of these, I assume. Called an Eviloid. I wonder what it does differently. Ooh, like, would I need to save that? Eviloid. Doors. I don't like doors. But it's still... Ooh. I don't have any mining capabilities. Ooh, what is up with these guys? So, defensive abilities preemptively stop adventurers from using certain skills. So it's binding. That's not that threatening, actually. Yeah, because as long as they don't... Like, the sleep guys seem much more dangerous by themselves. Like, if all they do is prevent us from using skills, then that's not dangerous at all. I should really level people up. Okay, I've been leveling all Slash, which is maybe not the optimal choice. Same with Provoke. Might not be the optimal choice. I have 2 levels here. I could get Healing Touch up to 5. I'm just so frustrated by the Star Seeds that I'm actually going to invest in that drop rate because it's annoying. Okay, Aware is at max level. So I hope that it will continue to prevent ambushes. Okay, another door. Yeah. The only other thing I can think of talking about is just random information, like... The only thing I can think of is how... I tried playing Mini Metro, which is kind of an interesting game, but it's kind of frustrating to me. Because, well, I'm not super knowledgeable. And I didn't block the ambush. Like, I'm not super duper knowledgeable, but like public transit often has like feeders and trunk sort of division of transportation of people, but within Mini Metro that's not does not seem to be a viable system. Because while Mini Metro is like, oh, you're building a metro system, the demand, like the origin destination generation does not follow any slightly realistic, as far as I'm aware, system. Like, there's no sort of districting that exists. It's just sort of, yep, everyone from anywhere is equally as likely to go anywhere else. I don't know what a pole stone is. Oh, cool. And like... the reality is it's like certain areas will have a tendency toward, well, not necessarily directly, but like the generation of trips is not random. It would stay somewhat consistent over like short-ish term. Because like, oh, this family lives, like there's people live in this area and they travel to work while they may, I got the last starseed, thank God. And like while they travel to different places, each individual household won't travel to totally random places constantly. Like there will be a trend to travel to specific locations. Whereas that game, which it's totally fine, it has an element of it's just totally random where people want to go, which makes it so it's just, oh, connect stuff in the most effective manner. And that's not as interesting. Mini Motorways, I think, sort of does a better job of sort of, I think, simulating, in my knowledge, simulating origin and destination generation. I'm gonna save scum time, because workplaces are generated, houses are generated, it's just an assassin. And like all of that gets generated, and while it will change over time occasionally, where people go is not wholly random. And that is very beneficial to having like planning ahead and making a functional system. It's like, oh, all these people on the far east side need to travel to the far west side, so it's time to build I forgot what the word they used was, but like a highway, a motorway, I think it's the word they use. So like, oh, you have to build a motorway to connect them, or they have to drive all the way through the city, causing traffic the entire time. And like that's, in my limited knowledge and non-existent actual experience, that's a much more Glowbird. That seems to me like a much more realistic system. And so it's much less frustrating to play. Whereas Mini Metro is very chill, but it is kind of frustrating how everything is entirely random. There is probably a specific way to play it that will work the most effectively, but that is also affected by chance, because it's frustrating when you're playing it and all you get are circle spaces. Like, the origins, destinations, all those points are marked by circles, triangles, squares, and other shapes. But I think it seems to me like the best way to space stuff out is connect lines between specific things, but you don't want circle, 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 triangle, circle, 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 because people at those circles who want to go to a triangle or a square would have to be picked up at each of the circles, so you'd probably want to alternate as best you can. But if you physically can't alternate because all you have nearby are circles, then it's kind of... it just feels like it's bad luck to me. There might be a key element to the game that I'm missing, because that's very, very possible, if not likely. And I recognize that, you know, reality is not clean, but there is some logic in reality and where people live and travel, and you can, you know, study past routes to figure out where they're likely to go and make assumptions based on the past. I think this time I'm not gonna go easy, and I'm actually gonna use this. But yeah, those games are fun though. They're very cool. Mini Metro, Mini Metro, Mini Motorways are both pretty fun. My impression is they're not perfect simulations, obviously, but they're certainly an interesting simulation of, like, ugh, gross. They're certainly an interesting simulation of transit. No, I need to kill this guy because his AoE is very dangerous. It looks like another one's about to attack me though, on the map. Yep. Are these weak to... yeah, they're not specifically weak to that. I think all slash is worthwhile. Do I need to re-up? Yes, I need to re-up. Gonna salve. This should be safe. These guys are like several levels lower. But I don't really need to buff anyone. Let's use Bravery. Yeah, 180 per hit for both of them. Yeah, the AoE attacks are dangerous, but you know, I think it is still better to all slash. Did I re-up? Yes, I did. Salve again. I could probably salve 2 without it being wasteful. I meant to use Trickery last time, actually. Okay, they should die this... one of them should die this turn. And I'm going to focus on making sure they do. Okay, he's just going to attack, because that's going to hit harder. They're going to salve 2. They're going to salve 1. Save TP. Yeah. Pretty aggressive. 3 sets of foes at once. Definitely need to give my Lensnet more TP soon. Okay, the fact that there were 3 foes in this singular room is crazy. But it is what it is. Okay, those games are fun. I've been considering attempting to play like mini motorways and Diablo 4 at the same time, because mini motorways, as interesting as it is not a fast game, and if you don't have it sped up, it's actually very slow until you pass like 600 population or 600 trips. It's actually like, it's slow until past 600 trips. But after you've gotten like 600 trips, it starts to sort of pick up, but it doesn't really pick up in as much as it starts to collapse and you have to adjust. Just 3 chests? I mean, I guess I have to go through the other doorway. Oh yeah, I'm out of space. Okay, let's use one of these instead of throwing it away. Let's discard the other one. And I don't need the hardwood. It's about time to head back though, because I'm out of space. Broad axe, never going to use it. I mean, I might someday. 900 N? Ugh. Not even worth the time to open the chest. Theriaca B. I don't know what that is. I mean, given that Theriaca A removes binding, maybe it's just guaranteed to remove all binding, or maybe it's an AoE binding remove. I don't know. So there's a chance that there is a hidden thing that I've missed in this area that gets me to another zone, but on the assumption that that isn't the case, there's either staircases in that area right to the north of me, or I have to go down the other staircase to make progress. Which I think actually, if the other zone is the staircase, then that's ideal. Because I went to the side zone first, fully cleared it, and then I can go to the other zone later. So now I'm going to go back. You know what? I make enough money that using an Ariadne thread just to save time is totally worth it. Because like, a great horn sells for $12.50? So like 100 is nothing at this point in the game. But I can finish my quest finally. Axella 2. Welcome back, kids. Out of curiosity, do you really think these seeds will really... Do you think these seeds will really make her dreams a reality? Oh, don't give me that look. I know perfectly well it's just a silly superstition. The important thing is that they'll give her the courage to confess her love. But then, I wonder why she wanted 5 of them. Is this some sort of like, they were looking for 5 because parties of adventurers, there's always 5 of them? Is that what the joke is? So I don't want to pick up the Blade Master one because I don't even have access to Ronin yet. Carmenite gleaned from firebirds. Someone dropped a coin. Decided to take the request. I heard this request from a group of adventurers like you. They're pretty good. They've even reached the Wyvern's Nest on the 2nd stratum. But somewhere around there, they saw a kind of bird-like thing they'd never seen before. They panicked and didn't notice that they'd dropped something important while fleeing. From what they said, it's some coin they use to decide what to do when they're at a loss. They lost it near the Wyvern's Nest, but the poor deers are too scared now to go back and look. After all, it was their good luck charm. They're afraid something terrible will happen. I know it'll be tough to find a tiny little coin, but it'd mean a lot to them if you can. Be careful though. I don't like the sound of that bird-like thing. I have one more quest. I'm skipping this because it's useless. Decided to take the quest. It's Jackson Restaurant again. Since you've learned the fire formula, he needs your help. He wants a Carmenite that you can get from firebirds in the labyrinth. Rumor has it, only those who wield the fire formula can get their hands on some. Experiment with a few different ways of defeating the bird, and I'm sure you'll figure it out. Shoot, I have no on-level fire units. So I'll do that later. I'll try to power level. Nope. I think organize is what I want. Nope. Organize is what I want. I'll try to power level her. Yeah, she's the one with fire, but she's level 12. And so I'll power level her. Hopefully without her dying at all. And then I'll get that quest later. So neither of those that quest is not doable right now. But now I can sell everything without worrying. 1400 for a Great Tusk. Yeah, I make enough that I think using Ariadne threads to leave whenever I need to leave is better than wasting time. Rapier, Uchikatana, Leaf Tunic, Iron Plate, Plumed Hat, Heat Aspis, Theriaca Bee. That was a lot of new stuff. So, new weapons. The Rapier is a lot better. That's 11 more attack. So I can't use these because I don't have a Ronin yet. Add new armor. Iron Plate gives... So it gives me more 5 more defense, 2 less vitality, 1... I don't have a negative agi, and I get 9 HP. It's definitely better. What do I have on him? Chainmail? This is better in every way. Though I actually could have checked the Leaf Tunic, but... Plumed Hat's probably pretty good on some people. I think Heat Aspis is just better. He does not have a shield, but I'm not going to give him a shield now. Plumed Hat. I think I don't remember what the red charm is. Okay, so that's the red charm. That's TP plus 5. So it's actually... Plumed Hat is just kind of better. Okay. Accessories. Still no good new accessories. So that's probably useful. Because that is 3 defense. Items. I wanted to buy another Ariadne thread. Sell my junky items. Anything here that I want to sell? Excella 2 has a use case. Theriaca Bee. Remove status ailments instead of bind. Yep, that's gonna stay there. Now it's time to rest. And then back down into the labyrinth, exploring around the wyvern looking for a coin. Interesting choice. Okay. I didn't actually fully draw the paths up there. It's bugging me now, so I think there's a loop. Oops. Can I delete it? No, I need this. But that path and that, I believe, are the paths they follow. Yep. It bugs me that I didn't bother drawing that fully. So now it's time to... Oh, I didn't draw that correctly. They actually go up here, not here. If I leave this clear, which actually makes sense, it looks better that way too. Oops. What I actually needed was to add blue. Okay, nice and easy. So now I need to get back down to the wyvern's nest or wyvern's nest. I wonder what the best way to level that group of, like, the B team will be. Because it's going to take a bit. Because they're kind of, I mean, they're 20 levels under. I'm aware that if you level one at a time, it actually goes faster. If you can kill stuff, but I think being able to do it basically fully automatic is worth more. Because it's still just grinding away. At this point, I would much prefer something that I can do while doing other stuff and not having to pay attention. I guess I have my medic and 1 or 2 damage dealers might be enough. A bird's ear-splitting shriek echoes from the east. You think back to the quest. I guess I have to fight the bird. I'm assuming it's not actually going to be a trivial fight, so I really should heal. It's going to be right here. Something shiny catches your eye. Is this what you seek? You crouch to take a closer look, when suddenly a ferocious shriek echoes from behind you. Is it a moa? Oh, it's one of these fire... Oh, it's a fire eater. It's a different enemy type. It's probably weak to cold. Trickery. And frost. Ooh, actually. I wonder if I need the fire formula, or if killing one of the enemies using, like, blaze as a bonus damage would work. Because if that would work, that would be much easier. That's easy. After defeating the monster, you take a second look at the shiny object near your feet. It seems to be a coin. You reach down and snatch it up. So I'm gonna see if I can just use blaze. Like, maybe it just needs fire damage on firebirds to get the necessary... item. So what I need to do... I think attack once should be safe. Yeah, he's not dead. If he attacks, and then everyone else defends, will this give me the Carbonite? That saves so much time. That saves so much effort. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so glad I actually thought about that for a second and realized that it's probably damage type that's needed, not casting fire. So I'm not going to bother grinding, although I really should have on-level alchemists and stuff for when I want them later, but if I want them later, I don't know if they're necessary at any point. But having the Troubadour's damage thing just seems like all I need. Like, so far there's been... It does so much damage, and it is cost effective. It doesn't do AoE. That's the biggest weakness. I can't AoE with that. Which is, I think, seemingly the only definite benefit of an alchemist compared to a troubadour. Ooh, I got blindsided, but it was anticipated. Gotta kill this sleeper. The sleeper is more dangerous. Like, the evil one's actually less dangerous than the sleeping one. But I'm so glad I thought about it and used fire from the troubadour. I was actually originally very iffy on the use of a troubadour, because, like, I honestly didn't expect much. I was just expecting, like, damage buff defense buff, like just buffs like that. But honestly, the like elemental damage infusions have been incredibly valuable. I don't want to do this, but I actually probably should do this first to fully explore the floor above before worrying about exploring this floor too much. And I say that, but there's actually a very real chance, I think, that here is going to get me to be able to explore more there, which is going to get me a new down staircase, which is the one that I'm going to need to progress the story or to get further in the dungeon. There's absolutely a chance that that is the case, and I'm going to work under that assumption and just fully explore this part of the 9th floor before I worry about going upwards again. I should probably level up though. No skill. They have a skill point. Have they maxed out? They have maxed out Provoke. What am I leveling next? I think Parry seems pretty good. Because it seems like it's not 100%. Okay, it gets to 100% at level 5. That seems really good. For like super defensive. That seems useful. Like sacrifice HP to escape from battle to the previous floor seems situationally valuable. But it's not guaranteed, so I kind of hate it. Stalker might be worth getting. Aegis seems like it's either super good or incredibly bad. And my assumption is it's incredibly bad. Getting Cure and Cure 2 might be useful, but I'm basically going to stick with my current party for the entire game, I think, unless I get forced to use something else. So, HP up is still worth leveling. Defense up is worth leveling. TP up is worth leveling. I can figure out, like, maybe I should get Smite, which requires Shield Mastery to be leveled up, and I might want these defensive walls. Protects party from first fire attack, so like, maybe there's big AoE. Ooh, does Drain mean heal? Like, instead of just blocking the damage. Yes, this is fire defense. Nulls the fire. And then beyond that, it restores health from the fire. I think leveling TP up next might be the way to go. On the assumption that I'll eventually have to fight, like, a fire-breathing dragon, a lightning dragon, something like that does big AoE attacks that I'm going to have to defend against. So I'll prepare for that by leveling TP up next. And I say that, but I'm still just leveling these more than I probably should. I probably should level, like, multi-hit and Apollon, because those do hit very hard. Eesh, I bumped something. Well, I bumped my desk. It's really a table, not a desk, but that's not relevant. Yeah. I mean, first hit seems situationally useful, but also kind of annoying when I want to buff. This seems useful, to get the buffer to always go first. I want to level Trickery, because it has been very useful. And then just speed boosts are not bad. But I can only have so many buffs. A debuff is more useful than a buff. Until I get a Hexer, and I have to figure out who I want to put the Hexer to swap, so that's all later issues. I think for now, leveling this is what I'll do. I have 3 points on him. What am I doing? Yeah, let's level this up in case it becomes better at higher levels. Like, why not? It's infinite healing at, like, a singular cost, so. And if it gets good enough, I can replace my medic. I'm still doubtful I'll replace the medic anytime soon. But it might be worth my time to replace my medic with a troubadour for, like, boss fights. Like, if I'm planning to fight a boss specifically, swapping out a medic for a debuffer might be worth more than the medic. All slash is maxed out. I think next I'm gonna level Sword Mastery to max. Get points into TP up. Oh no, I should go attack up first, so that I can get, like, War Cry and Hell Cry. yes. I'm leveling this on the off chance that it's good. It's a bad idea to level it this way, but I'm committed, so I'm gonna just continue. My assumption now is there's not a ton to explore on this floor. Okay, so there's another door there, and by door I mean hallway. Okay, this is probably the necessary place to explore to make progress, because there's a lot to explore on this floor here. I wonder if I should try to get more Carminite? It might be worth... Ooh. Let's hope he's not too dangerous. I want a quick save, because I am a save scumming gum. Let's see if it's not too dangerous. Oh, that's not dangerous at all. Are they weak to anything specific? No. Let's just be safe. No, but they only AoE attack, so there's actually no point. Do one of those, and let's see how much healing heals for. $20. That is actually very good. I think leveling that to max will make it not bad. If it's 50 HP per turn, that at max level, that seems incredibly useful. Like, the biggest negative is that it can't do anything out of combat. But at least for now, that's a non-issue. It's just one of these guys. And healing, and then I just spam attack him and I'll be fine, because I don't think they deal enough damage to be a threat. Like, yeah, he does 30 damage, I auto heal for 20. Like, it's not dangerous. Let's just go for it. Honestly, I might just very quickly cure here and then auto. Except the auto undid my command to heal, so I shouldn't have tried to... I should have just spammed A. Make sure everyone's healthy, no one dies. Okay, another staircase up, which means I actually should have explored that other staircase, probably. Because it seems like there's just a lot of staircases up, and I assume that each of them is just a little bit of a bonus area to explore. Well, not all of them. One of them's going to be potentially important, but most of them are just going to be side areas. I am enjoying this floor a lot more than going back through those earlier areas, because I'm seeing new enemies. Like, honestly, going through areas that I've seen the enemies 1,000 times is much less interesting than exploring a brand new zone. Because if I've already fought the enemies and they're trivial to fight, it's just, what's the point? But these new areas, even if it's getting repetitive, they're at least somewhat threatening. Almost threatening. Which makes it kind of worthwhile. Time to heal. I think healing touch is too good. My impression is that they buffed it from what it was in like the original release, but I think it's too good. Like, I think at its max rank, it should only get like 75% of your max health healed. Because 100% for 3 TP is way too good. Like, 100% for 10 TP would still probably be good. But you wouldn't be able to spam it constantly. Like, it shouldn't be that it's the best cost healing no matter what outside of combat. Yes, I recognize that it being outside of combat is what the limiting factor is, but... Medica 3. But, like, I don't think it only being out of combat is enough of a limitation that it should cost 3 TP to cast. Because for 3 TP, I can cast it over 30 times before I need to even worry. And that in turn means that I have no reason to use other people's skills, because as long as they don't die in combat, they heal to full for practically free. Like, against harder enemies, yeah, I'll use skills as necessary, but the fact that there's nothing that necessitates, or very little that necessitates the use of skills on anyone else, most of the time, makes it easier to explore these areas without any real risk. Which is fine. Because I think this is still technically relatively early game, because it seems like there's 6 stratums. And if each stratum is 5 floors, then it is, like, it should get harder eventually compared to this. But I actually could be wrong, because it really doesn't feel like there's going to be that many more floors in this game. Like, I'm only on the 9th floor, but it's hard to imagine there being 30. There probably is, but it's just hard to imagine, because I guess the storytelling's probably gonna shift, because the Rada Hall has mentioned that most people don't go past the 8th floor. So it makes sense, the idea of soon it will be unexplored territory, and us being infinitely stronger than everyone we've met before will be justified in a certain sense. Yeah, I do really respect the power scaling, like the fact that being a little bit over-leveled does result in, like, easier fights. I mentioned it previously, actually, about, like, I think games that have, like, scaling so that you never out-level is kind of lame. You don't get the same feeling of, oh, I've made progress, I've grown strong. Like, if I was going through the first floor and enemies still took as long to beat as they did on my first pass, it would be incredibly frustrating. Like, the fact that it's allowed to be, yeah, these enemies that are still pretty much on the same floor as you die in 2-3 hits, and you're at no real risk to your own safety. I think that's great. I think it's a great component. I don't know what I'm leveling. What was I leveling? Scavenge. But I got the thing I needed, so I'm going to leave Scavenge at 4. I think Cure 3 and Salve 2 are the priorities. Revive might be worth leveling, but hopefully I never die, so I'd rather just leave it at 1 level. I think Cure 3 will be more important in emergencies. So I'll level them equally starting now. And by equally I mean next level I'll put a point into Salve 2. I won't keep them on the same level, but starting now it will be an even distribution. Did I really not go to the... No, that's the crossover place that got me to there. Okay, good. Ooh, okay, aggroed. I wonder what it's gonna be. Stonard. Not a Stonard 2 though. 500N. That's kind of weak. Iron plate. That's actually useful, and if I hadn't bought it, I would definitely equip it. But since I already bought the iron plate for the character that I wanted on, it's not really worth buying it. Well, let's see what this creature is. I'm at full HP, I'm at full HP. I really wish... like, the foes are not threatening enough at this stage. They really should be a little more threatening, I feel. Again, I think it might be a side effect of over-leveling. So I want to see if that heals enough against this guy's AoE as long as he doesn't stack too much. Because if I can rely on his in-combat healing, that would be nice. Currently it doesn't look like I can rely on the in-combat healing, but... I mean, if I get good RNG, I might be able to rely on his in-combat restoration. Okay, I don't want to waste any more TP, because he does not have a ton, and I want to regenerate as much as I can. Let's just press auto. Yeah, nice and easy. The issue with trying to rely on him as a healer is that he does not heal outside of combat, I'm pretty sure. I've checked if I could cast healing out of combat and it didn't let me. So it doesn't seem like you can reliably heal out of combat. This staircase is necessary up ahead. I probably should head back, finish the quest. But I do want to get to the next floor. Because unlocking the next floor would be nice. Okay. I don't know if I could play this game without a medic though. I'm too reliant on them though, I think if I didn't have a medic, I would probably use a lot more consumable healing, which might even be better. Like, having a necessary cost to my exploration might add a certain degree of urgency, maybe? But considering I could, basically in any fight, right now, I could use Peace Ballad and healing, have everyone just spend every turn defending, and I would probably have a net gain of TP. And HP, eventually, but not directly a net gain of HP. Okay, staircase down. Yeah, that's a wall. And color. Not that you can really see it here, but... Okay, so this... Are these gonna swap? Are the dull ones and the spiky ones gonna swap places? Okay, that's the staircase down. I need to unlock this so that I can go back and forth, which will save a lot of time. That's interesting. Like, why do those ones get marked yellow and the other ones didn't? Like, why did the ones in the wyvern... Are the ones in the wyverns not permanent? Like, are they eventually going to disappear? Because I can't think of another reason. This is definitely down. This entire area is odd. What the... What? Oh, okay. I got turned around. I thought for a second that I was somehow, like... looking. There was no staircase back up. which would actually be pretty interesting. Having like a staircase down that leaves you trapped on the floor below. Of course, you then Ariadne thread out if you don't forget, but yeah, as long as you're properly prepared, that wouldn't be that much of an issue. Unless they make it so you can't use an Ariadne thread, which would actually be dangerous. Okay. It's a big room. I don't want to explore that. Okay, I was correct to not explore it right away. Kind of wish there was something that could save a little bit of time here. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Yep. Dead end. I don't know. Like, a lot of these dead ends are just there to be like, oh, if you want to explore everything, you have to explore everything, but not everything's worthwhile. I wonder how fast people who know what they're doing could beat the entire game. Like, I bet it's pretty quick compared to how long it's going to take me to beat this game. But there would definitely be a lot of grinding necessary, I imagine. Because I don't think this is a game where there would be... Actually, I bet if you combined, like, the early game damage of poison with like specific stat or skill investments that you power level with a poison alchemist, you could probably power level stuff to the point that they could do very well very quickly. Because like the poison would fall off in a matter of floors. Like it would be dead by the end of the 6th floor. It would be useless. Well, not useless, but not super useful. I think I want to leave this for now instead of going up this staircase, but I might regret that. I might have to go up and then come back down anyway. The issue is there's just too many stairs. So actually, if I look here and go up a floor, it will probably be a bunch to explore here. It will probably travel around a while, so I'm gonna assume that this will be a dead end eventually and not the staircase down yet. The interconnectedness of the floors is incredibly annoying, but I actually think it's more interesting to explore this way, so I'm glad it's all interconnected like this. See? I'm glad that I assumed this would be a dead end. Because otherwise I would have wasted time coming back here. I should try getting more Carmenite. If I don't kill him in this first turn, I will spend another entire turn trying to get Carmenite. A single attack. Ah, I messed up. I meant to buff. Blaze on him. I don't know if... I mean, I assume Carmenite probably sells for a lot, right? And I might want extra to give to the... Shilika might need extra to be sold to get new items. Okay. Staircase down. Okay. I miss foes being threatening. I imagine this is probably an elephant. I would actually be surprised if this enemy, the foe chasing me, is anything but an elephant. Ooh, time to go back to sell my items after I beat this elephant. Ooh, it's an assassin. Even less dangerous. I can just do this, and it won't be too much. Look, this poison's gonna kill her. Yep. I don't regret it. It's not a big issue. But that poison is so dangerous. Like, it is crazy the amount of damage that poison deals. Okay. I think my goal... I will get to the transition point that will get me basically serve as a checkpoint. And then I'll head back up and sell all my loot and finish the quest that I can finish. Yep. The other route is going to be progress. Ooh, maybe not. Can I go through both ways? Yes, I can. Nice. That's where I'm going to have to go in a minute. But I'm going to return. And again, I'm actually using Ariadne thread to leave, because I have no reason to not use an Ariadne thread, because it's only 100 EN. I really wish Ariadne thread were at the top. Or that I could sort it however I want to. Okay. 2 quests to turn in. Lucky coin. Welcome back, kids. The coin is pretty important to them, so I know they'll be relieved to hear you found it. I'll make sure they get it back. I don't know if I have space for an item. I don't know if I'll get an item, so I'm going to sell a few things really quick. New item, firing from the Carmenite for sure. Chef's odd request. I think it would be funny if she's like, hey, you did it with Blaze from Troubadour, but it's not that type of game. Found the trick to it, did you? Ah, so you have to fight firebirds with fire. This stone is supposedly his restaurant's secret ingredient in its recipes. I know he'll be pleased to see you got one. Thanks for your hard work. I meant to check for new quests. I'm leaving that because I don't have access to Ronin yet. And now it's time to sell all my junk. New item, a Bilyomg ring mail. Wing coat. Bilyomg. Bilyomg. Hey, that's actually a ton of damage. Sadly, I'm not going to use axes. Ring mail is 2 agi down. Wing coat is 6 defense. Like, what? What? I guess everyone can use the wing coat, but... What? Like, iron plate is 12 defense, 9 HP. What? The only people who can't use the iron plate are medics, alchemists, and hexers. But as an alternate to that, you can just use a hauberk. What is the purpose? I guess hauberks are expensive, but like, I only just got the wing coat. I already got the hauberk and iron plate. I guess maybe you could, I guess maybe it's possible to get the wing coat sooner than this, but like, it's a bit late for a +6 defense when I have +10s and +12s, with other bonuses too. Firing is fire resist up. Kinda useless. Well, not actually useless, it's probably like I'm gonna fight something that's gonna attack me with fire soon, but... Okay. I haven't even checked here in a while. Donard, Amau, Mint Leaf. Yeah, I haven't had to revive anyone in a while. I think I'm gonna stop for today. Because I'm about to get to the next floor, and then I'm going to chain that into beating that floor boss, probably. So, there's where I'm leaving it for today. It was fun. I could probably go a little longer, but I kind of want to eat lunch. I say I want to eat lunch, but I'm not going to eat lunch, so who knows. But I just feel like I should stop soon, instead of trying to go to the next floor right away. Yeah, that's the end.